Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another edition of my Team Selector ahead of Chelsea's Premier League game at home to Burnley tomorrow. Let's hope this isn't another Groundhog Day, because I am fearing this game, and I think why not, because looking at the recent home games, it's been really dire. It has, going down to the bridge, Southampton, Bournemouth, West Ham. Yes, there was that slight good win against Aston Villa in between them, but it really has been frustrating at the bridge, and it's been the same story over and over again. And that's the challenge for Chelsea tomorrow and for Frank Lampard. How can Chelsea stop this rot at home? And really, Burnley are the template, sort of in a blueprint for a team who could come down to the bridge and frustrate Chelsea. So that's the big test. Frank's pre-match press conference, he talked about Giroud to Inter. It's about the club and whether the club feel right to let Giroud go. He didn't say it was dependent on a striker coming in, which I think a lot of us expected. Chelsea may wait till the end of the month to make that deal happen. Something may happen with a striker, but that seems pretty, I think, certain. I think Giroud will be out the door. Dembele, and just generally about transfers, Frank pretty much silenced any rumours about transfers. So all the stuff we've been talking about with targets and all of that, he basically rubbished a lot of it. Now, I don't take everything that managers say as gospel, and this is on a wide variety of things. And it can sometimes, lessen your negotiating position if Frank is honest about everything and is clear about stuff. There could be stuff. I'm pretty sure there is stuff going on in the background. The club trying to make things happen. Frank has said that they want to strengthen this month, but he pretty much rubbished that anything is close. So I think all those people excited, and I spoke about in Let's Talk Chelsea about Dembele terms being agreed. By the basis of Frank's comments, I don't think that's true. So anyone expecting any deals to come in very soon should have to wait on that, because it doesn't seem like that will be the case. The frustrating news, Christian Pulisic is out with an injury, which is a real frustration. He done so well against Burnley in October, and I thought this could be a game he could star in. I thought he was one of Chelsea's better players against Brighton. Didn't feature against Nottingham Forest, but now we know why, which is because of an injury. Let's hope it's a quick recovery, but it does seem like he's going to be out for more than just 1 week, which for his sake is really poor. And I think that Lampard alluded to a bit of tiredness within there, so that's another thing that is frustrating, another player we lose in the first team squad that could really help us out. But it is struggling to break down teams. And I was reading an article in The Athletic by Liam Toomey and Simon Johnson just about this, about Chelsea struggling at home, and talking about the XG ranking. And in some ways, Chelsea have been unlucky. The XG ranking of 22.21 at home is still the third best in the division, behind only Liverpool and Manchester City. The problem is that it is only translated to 11 goals at Stamford Bridge, the biggest XG underperformance in the Premier League. Chelsea have also conceded 10 goals from an expected goals against rating of 8.49, and overall their mediocre tally of 14 points at home is almost 8 fewer than expected. And that's the thing, it is a combination of bad luck, but it is also about mentality. It is also about the style of play. Watching the same game with my own eyes 3 times, basically almost in a row, there's something more than that. It's not just about tactics. It's not just about formation. I think there is an element of maybe the players being tense within those games, especially in the Bournemouth and Southampton games, of worrying about the same thing happening again, rushing things, or not taking enough risk. I think that's the key thing for me: moving the ball faster, quicker, being more precise. That quicker ball, that quicker pass, which we did see against Nottingham Forest, but it's a completely different story against Forest's basically B team to Burnley's first team. But I do think there are some players that can come in here and really help Chelsea on that front. So I'm going to go 4-3-3, Kepa in goal. I think Reece James has to start. I thought he was absolutely brilliant against Nottingham Forest. Deserves an assist. Didn't get one, but I think he could get one tomorrow. So I'm going to say Reece James starts at right back. Antonio Rudiger and Kurt Zouma. You could ask for Tomori to come back in here, and I wouldn't be shocked. I think he's been a little bit unfortunate to not play recently, but I think Zouma and Rudiger have created a decent partnership, and actually fought against Brighton, even though, of course, we didn't win that game. I think they were pretty strong in that game, and I do think they offer a variety of things. So I think this could be the back two partnership Frank goes with again. Emerson, I think, should come in at left back. I think we really do struggle when Dave plays out there, because just that element, that output of crossing into the box. I don't think Emerson has been exceptional recently by any stretch, so that there is an issue at left back, of course, on that front of creating goals like Reece James can potentially. But I think Emerson is the better option here, especially in a game where Chelsea are going to need to be fluid, going to need to attack, going to need to get good crosses into the box, especially as an option to try and break down Burnley. Midfield 3, Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic. I have to say, I think all 3. I think Kante had an okay game against Brighton, but I think Kovacic really poor when he came off the bench. But I always like this midfield three, and I think, you know, it's important and imperative that all three of these players play well tomorrow for Chelsea to get a good result. They've got to be passing the ball quicker. There's got to be more incisiveness, and let's hope Kante and Kovacic can maybe find a goal-scoring streak soon, because Chelsea need goals from midfield. And then going into the front three, Callum Hudson-ODOI for me has to start on the right. The right side of Chelsea that I think was so good and won us the game against Nottingham Forest, I think should start here. Callum Hudson-ODOI cutting in from the right, I think is so dangerous. I think he looked so good under Sarri last year. So I'd like to see Frank Lampard try it like he tried it against Forest. So let's see if Frank does it, because I think it could pay dividends. And then on the left side, I think it's two players could play for this. Of course, Pulisic could have played in this role, unfortunately injured. Willian or Mason Mount, I think, could play for me. You could see Mason Mount, of course, playing that midfield three, but in the case of my formation, in the case of my team, I'm going to go Mason Mount. Willian has had a good season, and he did have a full rest against Forest whilst Mount came off the bench. I just think that connection between Mount and Tammy is so vital, and I do believe, I've seen it many times where Mount will start games, or you'll see Mount not in the team, and the energy level drops, and the energy has to be high in Chelsea's game tomorrow if we're going to get a positive result and we're going to break down Burnley. So I'm going to go Mason Mount on the left wing, and of course Tammy Abraham up front. And if Reece James can deliver the balls that he did against Nottingham Forest, I think Tammy's in a perfect position to take advantage of him like he has already this season. So that is my team selector ahead of the game against Burnley tomorrow in the Premier League. Fingers crossed I'm not sat here after basically giving the same review again, because I think I could literally just re-upload the same video as I have for the last 3 defeats at home. But let's hope it is a positive performance, and most importantly, a vital win, which I think Chelsea need. I look at like Tottenham playing Liverpool and other teams in and around us that could be dropping points. Chelsea need to get back to some good home form, because actually at home, when you look at the fixtures after Burnley, it gets very difficult and we start playing teams in and around us at home. So Chelsea need to rectify this poor form. So let's hope they do. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.